Hi guys, welcome back. I thought I'd do a tag today. This is the Guilty Reader book tag. I was tagged by Steve Donoghue and it was created by ReadLikeWildfire. And there's 10 questions in this. The first one is, have you ever regifted a book that you received as a gift? And no, that just seems kind of cheap, a little cheesy. If I gave a book for a gift, it would be either a new one or a very hard to find used book. But I wouldn't receive a book from somebody and then turn around and give it as another gift. I may have done some book exchanges with some fellow booktubers over the years, and then donated those books or sold them off or something, but not to give it as another gift, with the possible exception to this one. I received this one from a fellow coworker. His name was James. I'd never read a Roald Dahl book, and he gave this one to me before he left with a little note inside, and I treasure this one, so I would never give that away, but I would definitely never re-gift a gift. Number 2, have you ever said you read a book when you haven't? No, I don't see the purpose of that. Why would I have to lie about what I've read, or to be pretentious and say, oh yes, I've read the entire Shakespeare canon? No, I have not. There'd just be no purpose to that. Number 3, have you ever borrowed a book and not returned it? No, I'm very meticulous about if I borrow something from somebody, getting it back as soon as possible. But I've rarely borrowed a book. I usually have enough to read on my own. Number 4, have you ever read a series out of order? Just the one exception, which would be, well, one exception that I know of off the top of my head, and that was the Robot novels by Isaac Asimov. I read the second book in that series, which was The Naked Sun, only because my teacher in high school assigned that particular title, but The Caves of Steel is actually the very first book in that series, and I liked the second one so much that I went back and started from the beginning. It's sort of a sci-fi / mystery series where you learn all about the laws of robotics, and just a really, really great series. Number 5, have you ever spoiled a book for someone? I hope not. I don't like to be spoiled myself, but hopefully if it did, it was inadvertent, but yeah, never would purposely do that. Number 6, have you ever dog-eared a book? I'm sure in the past I have done so when I didn't have a bookmark, but it's almost kind of redundant. They seem to pop back open anyway, and they end up losing your place, so I would rather have a bookmark, particularly the metallic ones that clip on. They have a less tendency to slip out. You can shake the book around, and they're in there pretty good. But generally, now I don't do it anymore. Number 7, have you ever told somebody you don't own a book when you do? No. Again, why would I? Number 8, have you ever told somebody you haven't read a book when you had? That would imply that for some reason I was felt guilty about reading a particular book, which I don't feel guilty about reading anything. I mean, you read for either enjoyment, entertainment, or knowledge, and why would I feel guilty about that in any way, that I wouldn't tell somebody I read something? Question number 9, have you ever skipped a chapter or a section of a book? One exception really comes to mind, and that would be The Stand by Stephen King. I had to read a book 500 plus pages in high school and then write a report on it. So I picked Stephen King. I mean, I liked horror books. I heard he's the king of horror. Oh my gosh. It was an intriguing story, but it dragged so much in the middle. I must have skipped a pretty big section in the middle just to kind of finish it in the time to write my report. I may have skimmed here and there on some other things, like War and Peace, the last epilogue. I kind of skimmed over that. But for the most part, I don't generally do that. Those are some of the exceptions. And number 10, have you ever badmouthed the book you actually liked? I wouldn't do that, because that'd be a disservice to the author of the book. If I like the book, I'm going to tell someone I like the book. Again, why would I feel guilty that I liked the book, that I wouldn't tell somebody, like, oh, just go around with the crowd and say, yeah, nobody likes it, so I better say the same thing. No, that'd just be silly. So anyway, that is the Guilty Reader book tag. I'm going to go ahead and tag probably my usual suspects, or some of them. Charlie over at Duvet Day Devours, Vipka over at One Book One Review. I don't know if you've done that. CRS Flames, I think that was your channel name. Can't remember off the top of my head now. The Dyslexic Reader. So let's see what your Guilty Reader book tag answers are, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.